First off, I want to start by expressing my deepest condolences to the families of the loved ones and the loved ones of the 7 individuals who lost their lives in this horrific accident in Randolph, New Hampshire. There are no words to express the heartbreak and devastation that everyone is feeling during this terrible time. In this case, the RMV failed to act on critically important information that had been previously communicated by another state. This failure is completely unacceptable to me, to the residents of the Commonwealth, who expect the RMV to do its job and track drivers' records. Immediately after this tragedy, I ordered an internal review of the entire process governing out-of-state information at the registry. As Secretary Pollack detailed, the initial findings of this review uncovered a critical lapse in the registry's handling of out-of-state information. While the acting registrar, Jamie Tesler, will continue to dig into this issue, he and Secretary Pollack are taking immediate corrective action. The RMV will focus on the license suspension process to address the backlog of unprocessed out-of-state notifications and create a real-time process going forward. They're also conducting a review of archived materials to ensure older out-of-state notifications have been handled appropriately. We expect this process, which is already underway, to be completed as quickly and as efficiently as possible. As I said before, the Secretary and the acting registrar have taken some immediate steps to address the failure. The registry has now established a new process to implement same-day processing of new out-of-state violations. All new out-of-state notifications will now be processed on the day of or the day after they're received. A dashboard is being established to ensure that registry managers have the information available in real time to ensure that this new process is followed. Second, the registry is bringing in an independent auditing firm to conduct an end-to-end review and business process review for receiving and acting on out-of-state notifications. We expect to have a complete report from this independent auditor within 60 days. We're also working on a comprehensive data match process with the National Driver Registry. This is essentially the master file for all driver records for all drivers in the country. It will ensure that all 5.2 million driver records in Massachusetts are up to date and with all out-of-state infractions and penalties included. This has never been done before by the RMV and will take place over the next few weeks. Finally, the registry will be engaging a number of internal and external partners at the state and federal level to brief them on the results of the review and to allow them to conduct their own reviews of the registry's planned changes in process and protocols. These parties include the Mass DOT Board of Directors and Board Finance and Audit Committee chaired by Board Director Betsy Taylor, Mass DOT's internal audit team, and the Office of the Inspector General's Internal Special Audit Unit for Mass DOT. And registry officials and Mass DOT Council will meet with and brief both the U.S. Department of Transportation's Inspector General and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration on the registry's Federal Oversight Agency, which is the RMV's Federal Oversight Agency. The loss of life in any motor vehicle crash is a terrible tragedy, and our hearts go out to the friends and families of those who've been lost. The fact that the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles failed to act on information related to the driver responsible for this is deeply troubling and completely unacceptable. The registry will keep working around the clock to address this matter, rectify the situation, and take any and all steps necessary to ensure that information for dangerous drivers is properly documented and acted upon. Massachusetts licenses 5.2 million operators, and the registry must live up to its responsibility to track all violations, no matter where they take place, and promptly take action on drivers who do not deserve to be on our roads. Thank you. Questions?
Governor, how big is, I know you said 600 drivers were suspended, how big is the backlog of dating back to March 2018?
I guess what I would say is that'll be an easier question to answer when they finish the review. This is an interim report we're dealing with today, and I expect you folks will hear from us as the rest of the review moves forward. But I don't want to give you a number today and get it wrong.
Does this mean that Connecticut did nothing wrong in how that state transmitted information?
Correct.
Governor, it seems like this is a multi-part failure at the RMV. I mean, you have this CDL backlog and also this cache of other documents. I mean, how does something like that happen? That seems like a structural problem.
Well, that's part of what the review process is going to be about. And that's why we want to bring in an outside party to conduct that audit for us.
Have there been any more